Are we live? Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Glitter Pit. We're so happy you're here. We're going to have a lot of fun, and I got a lot of updates for you guys. So we're going to do all the updates and the specials and stuff first, get that out of the way. Plus, I have a bunch of stamp sets that are on the last chance list. So I want to kind of give you guys a heads up because a lot of my favorites are over there. All right, so let's go ahead and let me turn my phone on here so I can see your comments. Actually, let me put you on picture. Right, there we go. All right, let me log in here. There we go. All right, let me see if I can find myself. I just posted. Sorry, it's been crazy. Crazy good, right? All right, so let me find my link here on my Facebook page. That helps me also, you guys. It's not just for you, it's for me too. Just saying. All right, let's see if I can load this up here. All right, let me open the app. Let's cross our fingers because I restarted the phone. Yes! Oh, wait. I think so. Yes, I got them. Look, you know what? You guys want to try an early bird glitter spinner? I don't know if I can actually do it with these comments and you guys see it. You guys see me scrolling, right? Remember our early bird glitter spinner? Let me see if I can do it. I don't know what I'm going to give you, but I'll give you something. Right? All right, I'm spinning the comments. This is in their live chat. Okay, so let's stop here. Let me stop right here. Diana, do you see that? Diana, I already have your address, so I'll send you something in the mail. Hey, there's a will, there's a way, right? Diana, you're the early bird glitter spinner winner, and I'm going to make a note here before I forget. Diana, I'll send you something cutesy. Some kind of an embellishment. All right? Glitter spinner. Yay! Did you guys miss it? I was thinking, well, with this phone, I could do the early bird glitter spinner again. All right. I'm going to put that right here on my little stand. So did you see I picked Diana? I didn't. I just spun and I landed on her. Is that focusing? Yeah, there you go. All right. Well, that was easy. Remember how we used to do that years ago? I say it was years ago, but it was probably just since I've been over here standing up. All right. So what's new, you guys? A lot is going on with Stampin' Up. We got a few promotions going on, and we got 3 new kits. Ooh, I'm so excited, especially about at least one of them, and I'll share my thoughts on that. All right, so let me show you the card sketch number 386. I'm so happy the comments loaded. All right, so here is our card sketch 386. Isn't it cute? Pretty simple, right? And we just kind of jazzed it up with the sunrise sailing. So cute. So the printable and the project that we're making today is the spring pop-up platform fun fold card. I know, say that, it's a mouthful. All right, so you get both the card sketch and the tutorial or the printable for today's project too when you buy those for $3 over on my store. And actually, I need this one here. And then it's for this card sketch. And then here's the card we're making. Look how cute this is. So we're using the popcorn guy. I'm telling you, I love this little guy. But I have 2 other samples for you today. So, but look, this card pops up. Do you see it popped up? Isn't that adorable? And then you open it. Well, you got to push it through the hole, the window. And then you open up the card. And there's another one. It's so cute. We're going to actually make this card. We're going to die cut. We're going to stamp. We're going to do it all. So, go grab a drink, whatever. I got my coffee. Oh, Richard's coming home today. We got some stuff we got to do. And I'm just here for the fun, right? You guys are too? All right, so let's go ahead and go through some of these promotions. Oh, this is my printable that I need for my measurements. So let me fold this and put this on my little clipboard here so I can see what I'm doing. Let me turn, can I turn my light on, you think? Is that too much? Ooh, all right. Then we got the new August. The creativity files are available right now, and all my customers that spend $40 or more, you'll get them for free in your email. These are coming personally from me. Remember, these are 8 tutorials, some fun folds, some pretty simple cards, all for every level of stamper. They're amazing step by step with photos. I would show you mine, but can you guess? Can you guess which one's mine? All right, so that is available right now. We got those in our store for you guys to purchase if you want, if you're a fellow demonstrator and you don't want to purchase, which I understand. And then also if you have a demonstrator, you might still want the printable. So, or the printable, yeah, the creativity file, sorry. Also, the cruise is happening still in January 2027. We've kind of pushed that aside. Well, at least I've pushed it aside for the retreat. Now that the retreats is sold out, I can still promote my cruise that I'm doing with Lori Healing. We are going in January of 2027. All the information is over on my website and in the newsletter today, all right? So if you need more information about that, please do not hesitate to reach out. All right, now I got some photos here. Let me see, where's my pen? Hold it a minute. There it is. Because I got some graphics to post over here because I felt like that was better. I had to order new ink for my ink printer. So my ink printer is not doing too good. So it'll be here next week. So we have, let me take my picture off. All right, so the in color sale. This is so much more than I thought, you guys. Seriously, have you guys peeked over there? I am not kidding. There's like some new stuff over there. That Perfectly Pairs designer paper. That's in there. Stampin' Blends are in there. Remember when I said I didn't think the Stampin' Blends or the Stampin' Right markers are going to be there? Oh, I was so wrong. Stampin' Blends, re-inkers, ink pads, designer paper, cardstock, ribbon, embellishments. Actually, I have a couple of the embellishments over here. So I want to give you an idea what those are. So like these right here, these are with in colors, right? So these are, what are these colors? I guess it doesn't say the color, but I'm assuming Secret C, right? So that would be considered an in color item. So these are on that sale. These are on the sale because of the strawberry slush, right? And these are over there on the 15% off sale. These are the low profile sparkle dots. I seen them over there. Go check it out. Run, don't walk. Because it's while supplies last. I know I really hate saying all that, but it's true because, you know, sometimes when, yeah, it's just crazy over there. All right, so then the next promotion I want to talk to you guys about is the Last Chance. This is the Last Chance products. Remember, this is replacing our clearance rack. So the Last Chance products are the items that are kind of like retiring. They're not quite retired, so they're while supplies last. But once they're gone, then they will be moved to the discontinued list. And guess what? I'm so sad. This is, here, let me put this in picture again. Okay, so these are some of the things that are on that Last Chance list. And I'm going to do this first because this is taking up a lot of my desk. So I went through the list this morning and I kind of pulled out all my stamp sets so I can give you a visual of what stuff is over on the Last Chance list. So Party Celebration, the stamp set and dies are, I think they're both, no, I think the stamp set is just over on the Last Chance list. But I have the dies over here, I think. No, I don't. Element of Text, Last Chance. Painted Stripes, Last Chance. Meant to Be and the dies, Last Chance. Oh, so sad. Arched Wishes, Last Chance. Mixed florals, I think these are gone. I think these are already discontinued. And the mixed labels. You guys know I promoted these a lot because I loved them together so much. I believe these are gone. But please take a look. If you want them, take a look over there. Also, tags of thanks and the bundle with the little punches on the last chance list. This is the one I'm so sad about. The Peekaboo Forest and the dies on the last chance list. It just moved over, so I don't know what that means, like how many they have, but I'm going to kind of transition into the retreat, so stay tuned for that. I'm going to set this aside so we can continue talking about that Peekaboo Forest. Also, the Adventure Together, I believe these are still on the last chance list, and you guys know how I feel about this bundle. It's great. All right, so now I can move these over here. Hold on, just give me 1 second. Get this all off my desk. Because you guys know when you see a stamp set, you're like, what's that, right? And then round around it all. These are amazing, guys. Remember the circles? These are on the last chance list. I think these have been over there for a little bit. And then the cake celebrations. I think the stamp set is gone, but the dies are still available. Unbounded Love. We love this die collection just because of all the unique shapes of the dies. So many in that collection, right? So the Unbounded Love dies are on the last chance list. Oh no, not Darling Dino. Sorry, I grabbed that by accident. And then also the Hearts of Elegance. Those were just a few of that I seen on the list that I could grab and bring over here to show you guys. Go to the last chance list. I have a link, I believe, on my newsletter and then also on my blog. If you click that, it will take you right to the last chance list, all right? And then let me show you this over here. We had 3 new kits this month for the Stampin' Up kits. And I remember seeing that wreath thingamabob over there, right? I remember seeing that. What it is it's garland. So the 3 kits are the Bunch of Thanks, which is like the little bouquet of flowers. And it's like a little fun fold. It opens and then it opens again. So it's like a trifold kind of. And then your Brighten Your Day, those come in like very subtle colors. And then along the right-hand side, this is the one I'm so excited about. This is the Harvest Home Garland Kit. So there was a couple things that they said. You might want to use your glue gun when you're making this. And the kit comes with like, it's like a bendable wire. So you can, drape it on your mantle, or like I was hoping to kind of put it behind me when I'm, in front of the camera here. You guys could see that. But the garland is like bendable wire, and use your glue gun. Okay, so those are the 3 new kits that are available right now, started yesterday. Woo, so exciting. All right, let's go back here. All right, and then these were some of the end colors that I kind of printed off. So you can see, because I thought it was just going to be designer paper, cardstock, and ink pads. Oh no, I was wrong. We got blends, we got embellishments, and they're all on sale. 15% off. Look at that flower bouquet. I still have mine. I got to put mine together. But a flower bouquet kit, some designer paper, the Stampin' Right markers are over there on sale. There's a lot. I am like so happy because normally it's not like that. I'm just saying. Usually we expect like a big shebang when it's an awesome sale. And then it's a big letdown, right? So we are like, I'm like very pleased that it's a lot of stuff. All right. All right, now let me go back to one announcement here with the Peekaboo Forest. Because this is one of the bundles that we're using at this year's retreat. And I mentioned last year we're going to have kits to go. This is how I knew my printer was on the bleak. I needed new ink. So this is for the kits to go. We're going to be offering 3 kits to go this year. Now, they're not posted yet, but they're very, very limited amount of the kits. I will be selling just the PDF. So that is available. Not right now, but it will be. And then the other 2 kits is one that if you want every single thing that we are doing at the retreat, all the projects, all the pillow gifts, the swag bag gifts. If you want everything to go in the to-go kit, that will be available, but I'm telling you, there's very limited amount. And then also the next kit is if you want the printable and just the projects, okay? So if you want to make the projects just like we are at the retreat, you're going to want to go get the Peekaboo Forest. I'm so sad it's retired. Well, it's on the last chance list, so it is going away. And then I did get a list. Hold on, let me go get my list of the other stamps that we're using. So in case you want to get the kits to go, you can also get the stamps that we're using for the other classes. All right, I did post these in the newsletter too, so you could just click on them and see them. But these are the sets that we're using at this year's retreat. So take a screenshot if you want these stamp sets, if you're planning on getting one of the kits to go. Because now you could also use whatever you have, but I'm just letting you know that if you want to make them just like we are at the retreat, you will need these 4 stamp sets. So it's the Peekaboo Forest, which is right here. Sorry, my glare. I love this set too. And then we're using Layered Thoughts. Did I bring that over here? I don't think I did. Hold on. Do you want me to show you what that stamp set looks like? I'll go get it here in a second. And then also the Poppin By, which is the set we're using today, the bundle. And then also Party Piggy. Oh, I did bring it. All right, so these are the stamp sets you're going to want to get if you're wanting my kits to go. So Poppin By, you want the bundle. These are all available. The only one that's on the last chance right now is the Peekaboo Forest, and they're on sale. So I think when you purchase these individually, they're a little bit cheaper, like $3 cheaper or $2 cheaper. So, but if you want to buy the bundle's still available, all right? So I think the bundle is $45, but if you buy them individually, the stamp set is $18, and then the dies are $24. So that's what, $8? So it's like $3 cheaper, okay? So just giving you guys a heads up to get them now before they're gone, all right? So these 4 stamp sets are what we're using at this year's retreat. So if you are wanting a to-go kit, make sure you have these, or you can use something else, all right? Yay! What is that? I have instant ink from HP. That's who I ordered my ink from. I bought a laser printer early in the year, so my ink needs to be done. Oh, they do? That's amazing, Marsha. Well, I just ordered it, like $600 later. I got all my ink coming, but they're the extra large, which is going to give me more printing. Because at this year's retreat, we're printing all the printables, or the PDFs for everybody to follow along. At the retreat, I gotta get my stamp set here. All right, if you guys want me to go through any of those stamp sets again at the end of the hour, just let me know. I'll gladly do that, all right, if you have any questions about them. All right, let me show you again the stamp sets. Here's the item numbers and everything. If you want to jot those down, there we go. Okay, Peekaboo Forest dies, Layered Thoughts, Poppin By, and Party Piggy. All right, yes. And I'm waiting for one more order so I can cut another kit. I'm so excited. Oh, I need this kit. All right, so stay tuned. The kits will be posted shortly. I'm just waiting to actually stuff all the kits and the swag bags and see how many I actually have. But, yes, I'm so excited. Hi, Diana. You're so welcome. Hi, Teresa. Oh, yeah. Is Irene here? She had eye surgery last week. No update from her, but has she been here? Teresa has a little blue wrench by her name, and she is our moderator. She has total control over the comments. Y'all play nice in there. I know you are. But every once in a while, somebody comes in there, you know, wanting to flex their muscle on us. Oh, look it. I got to show you my thank you notes for August. They're so cute. Look it. Because you guys know I'm sending thank you notes with everybody that's ordering all the 3D printing from Richard. So I needed something really super easy, but oh my gosh, these are so cute. Look, and when I was thinking, because I've seen so many samples over the years with this cute little paintbrush, and this is from the Trusty Tools, this paintbrush right here. And a lot of them use like a little color wash, but I couldn't find one in my stash. So what I did is I just used this stamp set, which is also on the last chance list, this little squiggly. That's what I use for my little paintbrush here in the top corner. Beautiful motifs, I think. I don't know. But this stamp set's on the last chance list too. But that's what I used for that. And then for the greeting, I used with you in mind. I used the big thank you. The big thank you is bigger. Well, maybe not. It's over there. Maybe it's the same size. It's a little bit bigger. So those are the 3 stamp sets that I'm using for my thank you notes for August. I'm using Peach Pie, Pool Party, Lemon Lolly, and Bubble Bath. They're so cute and so easy for me to mass produce, which is the key for me right now. Because I'm making a lot. Not only with my Stampin' Up orders, but for Richard's 3D printing. Because we're a team effort, you know. You get him, you get me. You get me, you get him. That's just the way it is. Sorry. All right. Let me put these away. I was so excited about this thank you card this month. It's just so adorable. All right, so now let's go ahead and get started making our card. Let me get all my pieces here. Now, I did do a little bit of die cutting ahead of time, but we're not going to do it. I'm just doing it ahead, so in case I need a backup. But I also need popcorn, guys, for my name tags this year at the retreat. So if I make any extra, they're all going to go to use, okay? And then I did die cut some popcorn. I'm going to show you exactly what I did, all right? And then I got some scrap. All right, are we ready? Woo! How's everybody doing? Let me see here. I'm just looking at the comments. Hi, Yoli. We're just getting started with the card. You're not too late. But you might want to go back and look at the beginning a little bit. All right, so we're going to use the Poppin By. And I got the dies over here too. I'm going to share a little tip with this right here too with you guys. And then also I brought over my handy dandy wax paper. You guys know my tip for that. This works with that tip that I shared with you guys a few weeks ago. Okay, so I will give you a refresher, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and start with our measurements. Again, the printable for the card sketch and today's card is over in my shop. So if you want to buy those, you get both pages. And then also, like I had mentioned last week too, you get the link that takes you to the original blog post that has the video and all the pictures of all the cards, okay, that I'm going to show you today. All right, so Lemon Lolly is the base. This is your basic card, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, which I didn't score that yet. We got to score that. And then a piece of basic white, which is 3 3/4 by 10, and we're going to score that. Then it's actually pretty easy measurements, you guys. Then a piece of the subtles. Man, this is like blinding with that light, but this is like the striped part of the subtles group. This is, what did I cut this at? 4 by 5 1/4. Let me take my picture off so you can see the whole screen. Sorry, guys. I forget about that. All right, am I centered here? Let me move my light over now. There we go. Is that better? Okay, and then I did die cut out the circles. You're going to need a white one for sure. And this is, the finished size is about 2 5/8-ish. Okay, and I use the stylish shapes for that. So it's the second to the small, or second to the biggest. So you're going to use the largest circle, which is about 3 inches for your center of your card here. We're going to cut that out. So you're going to use your largest circle and then the next size down, right, for the basic white. And I have this extra. I'm going to show you that when we get going on the card. And then I have some scrap for stamping and the greeting. And then you're going to need a piece of basic white. This is going to be for the mechanism that's going to make your pop-up piece for the card. This piece is cut at a 1.5 by 4.25. And we're going to score this. Okay? That's it. Those are the pieces. That's it. It's going to make such a cute card. All right, let's grab our paper trimmer. Did you guys notice I painted my nails? I painted them like baby pink. I don't know how long it's going to last. I know I mentioned it last week. It's like when I took off the acrylics, it's like my nails chip and, you know, I break a nail like I did live last week. My gosh. It totally sucks when it's your real nails. If it's an acrylic nail or, you know, gel or whatever, I mean, you just go get it fixed. No big deal. But like, I think I broke this one last week. It's still a little nail. It's still cute. All right, let's see here. We're going to score your base. Remember, this is your 5.5 by 8.5. So you're just going to basically score it in half at 4.25. Okay, that's the base. And then this is going to be the card for the inside. So 3 3/4 by 10. We're going to score this in half at 5. This is going to be for the little note card and the inside. Here, let me show you. So you're going to push this through the peekaboo. And then this is that note card here in the inside, okay? So 3 3/4 by 10, scored at 5. And let's score our piece of 1.5. Oh no. Yeah, 1.5 by 4.25. Okay, so now this is going to be for your mechanism. So what you're going to do is you're going to score both ends the exact same way. You're going to score it at 1/2 inch, 1 inch, and 1.5. Then flip it around and do the exact same thing on the other side. So 1/2 inch, 1 inch, and 1.5. So you're just scoring in half inch intervals. Ah, thank you, Renee. Hi, Vicki. I see you sign up for the swap, for the retreat. Yay! I'm so excited. I was hoping you've seen it. Thank you, Vicki. Because I know you've been excited about signing up. So I forget, did you sign up for all the swaps or just one? I think Susan signed up for everything, didn't she? Oh, I'm so excited. All right, so on our mechanism piece, you're going to fold on your score lines like that. You see it? It's like an M or a W. Wow. Or mom. All right, and then we're going to fold this one the same way. This is going to be the little pop-up. No special tools needed. Look, that's it. Yes, love it. All right, now we're going to go ahead and put our designer paper on the front. Let me get my bone puller. Let's burnish all these edges really nice. Okay, and then the card, and then the inside. Okay, now we're all set. Now we're gonna go ahead and put this piece onto the front. Let me get my stamp and seal. All right, so on this is the trick. This is where my circle that I cut out extra. So if you wanna cover your whole piece of designer paper with adhesive, go ahead. But if you don't, we're gonna reuse that circle that we're gonna die cut. So do this. Put your adhesive around the 4 edges only, keeping the center kind of free of all the adhesive. Okay? So the center piece is going to be where we're going to cut out the circle. So then you can take off the designer paper, reuse that for something else, and then we're going to reuse the circle that we're going to die cut. But if you if you end up covering the whole piece with your adhesive, then just cut another 3-inch circle out because you're going to need that. Okay. Oh, that's too low. Wait a minute. Okay, good. Whew. Okay. I feel like that's too low. I very rarely put my paper on the table and put it down. All right, so this is my front of my card. All right, and then we're going to die cut our circle before we go any further. So let me grab my die cut machine. You know what, maybe I should stamp first because then we'll do all our die cutting when we bring that over. All right, let me grab my scrap. We're gonna stamp some little popcorn guys. We're gonna use the Poppy Parade and the Daffodil. I hope my Simply Chamois is still wet. Let me check. Yes, it is. Yay. All right, so let's do the yellow first. Let me just make sure. Because if there's any red on that, the yellow. All right, so with my popcorn little guy, all I'm going to do is just kind of stamp them in half. Because that's really all I need. Because I want the top part of my popcorn to be yellow. Like that. Let me zoom in. There we go. All right, now let me clean this off. I got a new chamois. Isn't it nice? Now I'm going to make it all dirty. Okay. Then we're going to stamp the whole popcorn in the Poppy Parade. I didn't know if this was going to be big enough for that. I'm going to use another scrap. Okay, so the whole piece of scrap for the popcorn. Oh, I didn't bring black over. I need to go get black cardstock. All right, so there's my popcorn guy. I don't think I brought black. I got to go get black cardstock to cut his feet and his glasses. Those are the most important, right? All right, and then we're going to take this strip here. It's just already a pre-cut strip, so it's not like a certain size, I guess. Maybe 3/4 by however long, right? So this is going to say Poppin By to say hello. Just going to stamp it on that. Okay. That's it. Oh, we want to stamp the inside too, I think. Did we stamp the inside? I forget. Oh, yeah. Let's stamp the inside of our card. That's going to say, no one's better than you. I love it. No one's better than you. No one's better than you. All right. Let me see here. All right, so now we're going to take our small yellow or small white circle, and I'm going to use my brush. I'm going to add a little, yellow to that background for my popcorn, and I'm just going to blend it out a little bit. And I'm going to also add a little bit to the bottom of the inside of my card, because I did decorate the inside a little bit. All right. That's it. Just so that it's not so stark white, All right. Now let's grab our die cut machine and cut out my circle. Let's put all these over here. I got to cut out my popcorn and my popcorn kernels, or not kernels, but the popcorn itself, right? All right, and don't lose our mechanism. I need to go get black cardstock too before we get done die cutting. All right, let me zoom back out so you guys can get the whole picture, right? There we go. All right, die cutting is platform number 1, number 2 for the shim, and number 3 for the acrylic plates. All let's cut out the card first. Let me grab that. All right, so you're gonna open up the card. You don't need to cut the back piece. You're just gonna cut the front with the window and the designer paper. So I'm gonna run this through twice, but you're just gonna position your circle in the middle of your card or wherever you want it to go. And the other cards that I share with you guys today, we're using different shapes. So it doesn't have to be a circle for this cute card. It's whatever you want. So I'm gonna run this through twice because we're cutting the cardstock and the designer paper. Okay. Okay, so now see how this is not sticking? Hopefully, yes. So now I can reuse that circle. See that? So that's why you only put adhesive around the edges. It's all good. All right, so that's done. Now we get to cut out our little popcorn die. So cute. Let me close up my chamois before everything gets wet. All right, so let's cut out our popcorn. Popcorn little guy here. He's pretty easy to cut out. I mean, actually, they're all pretty easy. Okay, so let's cut out the popcorn. Don't cut off his legs. That would be sad. You'd have nowhere to put his cute little shoes, right? That would not be good. He's so cute. Look how cute. Adorable. Whoa, that one almost went flying out. All right, now for the popcorn part of the popcorn guy, we're just going to cut the part where we stamp with the yellow, right? Because we just mainly need the popcorn piece. Thank you, guys. Y'all like my nails. Let me tell you, it's a lot difficult. You know, it's more difficult for me to paint them myself. It just takes me a little bit longer, but there's the popcorn piece, right? All right, let me go grab some black. Oh, wait, let me cut my, let me show you this tip. All right, so on this, let me take this one off here. Actually, let me just show you on here. Take the glare off. Oh, maybe, I don't know how I'm gonna show you guys this. Let me zoom in maybe. All right, so I'm using Post-it note tape. Okay, let me just use my back of my card. So these two kernels go together, which you can kind of see in the stamp. There's a couple other ones, or in the die, sorry. And I just put them already together. But since I'm die cutting, I don't want to die cut twice, right? So what I did is I took the dies. Let me just take this off here. All right. And then I'm going to just position this right in the center of that main die right there. I'm hoping you guys can see what I'm doing. All right, so just position it in the center. And then I took some, where's my washi tape? There it is. This is the Post-it note washi tape. So when I use this a lot for my die cutting for the retreat already. So I just cut a piece and then I cut it in half because this is a huge piece. What is this size? I'll tell you here in a minute. So I'm just going to cut this in half. So then I got two uses for it because when you use it so much, it will in time not use. But it takes a while. You know what I mean? So then I'm just going to take this little strip of this Post-it tape and I'm just going to set that right over the die like that. So then I'm going to be able to cut and then it's going to cut the shape of that kernel or popcorn out in one pass, you know? And it's cute because the inside part is cutting the die shape. Hold on, let me take this off here. There we go. I'll show you what it looks like up close. So see how it cuts the little, you know how popcorn is. It's so cute. All right, so let me cut a couple of those out. Where's my, there it is. I know I had another little piece of scrap here. Might as well cut them all out. I do have a couple already cut out. It just keeps the two dies together. Really nice. Sorry, my table's moving because I'm die cutting. That's the name of the game, right? That's just the way it is. I should have used my wax paper. I'm going to have my glasses, and let's hope it works good. And my shoes. All right, and then just keep that on there. You don't have to remove it, right? Because this is what I'm making with my, the cards we're making at the retreat and stuff, right? So just keep it on there. Then it's all set for you to use. Let me go grab some black cardstock. Hold on. We got to cut the shoes and the glasses out. All right, here's my trick. Seriously, and this was just by accident when I was cutting all those leaves out. Who remembers this tip? Wax paper. I think I got this at Kroger or something, maybe even the Dollar Tree. Just wax paper. It does not, yeah, it's just wax paper. I don't need that big of a piece, but I'm going to cut it down. Rip it. All right, so wax paper. Let me zoom out. You can see exactly what I'm doing. Okay, so going to take the wax paper and run it across your cardstock. Okay, really easy. And then I'm going to take the dies that I'm using, the glasses and the shoes, and I'm also going to just kind of take the wax paper and just run it across it. Now, normally you would run the die through with the wax paper, right? But this works just as good. So just rub it into the die, put it on the cardstock that you've already rubbed across, and then do the same thing with the glasses. Next week, you guys, I go get fitted for my retainer. Isn't that amazing? The time flew. All right, now we're going to die cut the shoes and the glasses. And if everything goes as planned, it should pop them right out. Yes, the shoes are out on my platform. Well, the glasses stayed in, of course. But when I was cutting them, they came out. So there's the glasses. Woo! Oh no, where's my other shoe? Did it stay in the die? Oh no! I lost a shoe. I gotta die cut another shoe. Because that's something I didn't die cut ahead. Man. Oh, there it is. How did that? Oh, must have stuck to my plate. Huh? They're so little. All right, I think that is it. Right? So yeah, use your wax paper. You don't have to actually physically cut with it if you don't want to. Just rub it on it and then just kind of rub it across the die. It works great too. No worries. All right. Just putting everything back the way it goes. Right? So nothing is lost. Because that is the pits. All right. Now, let's put our little popcorn guy together. We're going to remove the red popcorn from my popcorn guy. And I'm just going to follow these little scallops around the popcorn. It's very easy. I don't want any red showing. And then if you overcut like I did a little bit, I'm just going to trim that down. Okay. So there's my little container without the popcorn. And then I'm just going to take my, let's use liquid glue. I'm going to put some liquid glue on my yellow part. And then just stick this behind my popcorn guy, lining up the scallops. And if anything's overhanging on the sides, just trim it off. Right? Ta-da! So cute. All right, now the glasses and the shoes. Let me zoom in a little bit because the shoes are so little. Whoa. There we go. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to touch the feet with just a little dab of glue. A little is all you need. And I'm going to grab my tweezers. These are in the embossing kit. I'm going to grab my glasses, flip it over and put a little bit of glue under the glasses. This makes it so cute. So, so cute. All right, and then we're going to take your pick. Now the shoes do go a certain way. When you look at them, I don't know if you can see that in the camera or not, but yeah, you can kind of see it. They're embossed or die cut a little bit. So this one's going to the right. So I'm just going to set that right in the glue. And then this one's pointing to the left. Okay. I already have one made for the inside. So there's my little popcorn guy. Oh, if I can grab it. Make sure his shoes are straight. There we go. Isn't he cute? For real. It's adorable. All right, now let's get our sponging or our blending brush out. We're going to put some butter on our popcorn. I think I got my other ones I got to do too. So I kind of overkilled on the popcorn, but you can put as many popcorn things you want on your card. All right, look at my brush, daffodil ink, and we're just gonna sponge the edges of the popcorn and a little bit on the top. Do them all the exact same way. If you put more butter on some, that's good too. Does everybody get butter on their popcorn when they go to the show? I know Richard and I do. We love it. Plus, Richard's popcorn maker is really good too. You all get to try it at the retreat. It's going to be so yummy. All right. That's it. So I did all my popcorn little kernels. Very cute. All right. Let's zoom back out. There we go. All right, now let's get back to the card. We're going to glue this piece that I sponged. And there is a blob here, but the popcorn is going to cover up. So when you're sponging that, make sure the blob is in the center. I kind of knew that ahead of time. So we're going to use dimensionals to pop up my popcorn guy. Kind of where that seam is with the popcorn, and then the Poppy Parade part, I'm going to put a dimensional right there just to kind of secure that even more, even though the liquid glue is going to hold it. All right, and then we're just going to cover that up. Wait, I got something on my paper here. There we go. All right, I'm going to put this right over that blob. Okay, and then we're going to put this piece onto my lemon lolly. And then let's put our piece of basic white into the lemon lolly base. You could also, which you'll see in my other samples, you can make this card go vertical, open this way. You can make it both ways and have the inside card open up different too. So you'll see that in my other two samples, which is kind of unique, I think. All right, so now this is the front. So now since this is the lemon lolly piece that we cut out, it should fit right in the middle there, right? But before we do that, we're gonna add our mechanism. Remember our 1.5 by 4 1/4, and then you score it at a half, 1 and 1.5 on both ends. So this is gonna make your little pop-up piece. So we're gonna put adhesive on these 2 1/2-inch marks back here. And you're also gonna see on my other samples that since I'm using the white cardstock, you could also make this a different color if you wanted. I just find that whatever color you're using in the inside, use the same for the pop-up. So you're gonna close your card and then put your pop-up piece with the little 1/2-inch down and set that right in the center of the circle. And then you're just gonna hold that there. I'm gonna actually put my stamp there. I'm gonna look at comments and drink my coffee while we're waiting. Hi, Chris. You like going to the movie? Oh, movie popcorn is so good. We always get real butter too. I don't know if you guys know about this, but behind the counter, they have the real butter. And, you know, on the outside in the counter where everybody goes to get their sodas and their butter, it's imitation butter, you know. I mean, it's still good, but it's got all the bad oils, if that matters to you. We always get the real butter because real butter is better. So it's a little bit more. I think it's 50 cents to $1 more, but it's so worth it. And they do it in layers. So they'll scoop up the popcorn, put it in a little container, and then they'll go put butter, and then they'll come back and they'll put more popcorn, hot popcorn, I might add, and then they'll go do more butter. So I don't know if that's just something that you might have to request, but they do that for us when we get the real butter. Maybe because we're paying extra. So they give us, you know, the good service. I'm just saying. All right, so this is your pop-up piece. And look, it's gonna, here, let me open up the card. So when you fold it shut, it's gonna fit into your envelope. Look how cute that is. I love it. You just made your own pop-up. How easy, right? All right, now we're just gonna put liquid glue onto this square. That's the popping up part, right? And then you're gonna take your circle or whatever shape, and you're just gonna put it right into that circle that we already die cut. So then you're just gonna press it down, making sure that fits into that peekaboo window, right? And making sure if you put your popcorn guy on first, make sure he's straight, and then I'm gonna put my block on there. That might not be heavy enough. One moment. I would put a punch, but I don't have a punch. There we go. Yeah, movie popcorn is so good. Yes, I agree, Diana. Chris, you love this set. Me too. I love it so much. And then I'm thinking this might be one of our cards that we make at the retreat because it's pretty easy and it's so cute. But I'm thinking this class will probably have at least 5 projects. So it's very cute stamp set. I know I have to ask for real butter. I never knew that. Thanks for the info. You're so welcome, Yoli. You know what? The real butter is so much better, especially when the popcorn's hot. And then, of course, the real butter is liquid, but it just, just like melts in your mouth. I know, we all want popcorn now, right? What's the measurement of the pop-up? Yeah, it's 1.5 by 4 1/4. And when you see the other cards, because I have 2 other samples, actually I'll show you the front of them right here. So these are the 2 other samples. So you can see the different shapes, but you can go bigger with your pop-ups. It all goes by your shape. So of course you don't really want to see it, you know, around the edges. But if you use like a bigger shape, you can definitely cut your pop-up bigger, which is awesome. Ah, thank you, Jenny. So, but the one we're using today for the 3-inch circle is 1.5 by 4 1/4. And then you're scoring both ends at 1/2 inch, 1 inch, and 1.5. But look how cute it pops up all by itself. See that? See, and then also see with the card base being white, you can't, I mean, you can see it, don't get me wrong. But if I put it on a black pop-up, I mean, that would really be noticeable, you know. But if you use the same color, I'll show you on the other cards. So, but look, you fold it flat and it goes into your envelope and it automatically pops up. I love it. And it pops through the circle. So that even pops up right there. Oh my gosh. All right, now let me cut my little greeting here. This was just hand cut out. Let me see. I just want to put that. Did I do that? Yeah, I put it on the bottom. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of cut this about the same width, and then I'm going to flag the ends, cut in the middle, and then bring your points to the middle. That's what I have always done. It's just going to flag it a little bit. Right, I didn't cut that very good. Let me cut a little bit more. There we go. Did I do better? Maybe not. There we go. All right, and then flag this end. Better. Ta-da! I might have to do more since I did more over here. I do. I just want it to be at least the bottom of my card. So that's why I went the width, which was 4 1/4, right? This is so easy in my office, but then when I'm live, you know how that is. All right, so then this is going to go at the bottom. And of course, we're going to use dimensionals. Put one in the middle, right? Popping up to say hello. And then we're going to pop up some popcorn up at the top of my Mr. Popcorn up here. I feel like I need a little bit more yellow on this. Oh. The popcorn makes it, right? Just gives it a little something, something cutesy. All right, and then we're going to open up the card. And then where I added that little daffodil with my brush, we're going to pop up my little man. Oh, I already did. Pop him up down here. Making sure to keep him in that 3 3/4 side. And then my little, I need more daffodil. More butter, please. And then we're going to put, how did I do it? All right, I'm just going to put them down here on the side. Isn't it cute? What an easy card. And it really packs a wow, you guys. Look how cute. It pops up. And it folds flat to go into an envelope. Look, I got a clear envelope here. So yeah, you're just going to pinch it closed. And then put it in your envelope. We sell these clear envelopes at Stampin' Up! If you didn't know. But yeah, so it fits. Ta-da! All right, let me show you. Let me keep these ones here. I got to keep my popcorn and my little guy. And my designer paper here. Where's my... I'll put them in this envelope here. All right. Let me take it out here so I can open up. I just took everything back out. Oh my goodness gracious. All right. Here's the one I made previously. So this is like the first open. And then you open it up. Now, you could also have it open like this if you wanted. I'm going to show you the other samples right now. So there's the front and the inside. Let me show you this one using the arches, everyday arches with the charming day. Woo! So pretty. Now, let me show you all the stamp sets I used for this because I used a few. All right. So, of course, I used the arches, Everyday Arches, which is this stamp set. Everyday Arches, and you get it in a bundle, right? So this one is, let me tell you the size that I used. So this one is 4, 5, the 5th one down from the largest in the petal pink. And then I went with the next size down for the basic white. This right here. Okay? And that was with the Everyday Arches. And this comes in a bundle with the stamp set, if you want that. The dies are amazing. And then for the front of my card, I used Thankful Garden, and I said, thankful for you, friend. That's what I used on the front of mine here with my charming day. I was trying to keep the greeting within that window because, you know, anything kind of, I'm just letting you guys know this. My leaf is kind of too big because you can see when I push this through the window, it catches that a little bit. I mean, not a lot, but, you know, I mean, they still know to pop it up. So there's the pop up. But then look at how this one opens up. So this one is opening up vertical, and then my card is opening up to the left. Isn't that cute? Very cute. So the thankful for you, friend, is from Thankful Garden. And then I appreciate you is from Impressions of Bloom. That's for the inside of my card. Right here. That I stamped. And I stamped it and I die cut it because I wanted to tuck the flower underneath that. And then I added a little leaf, which is also in that Charming Day. So pretty. And then the things that are on sale right now. Hold on, let me grab them. They're over here. The In Color Shimmer Dots or whatever. Hold on, they're not In Color. The Charming Day or something. One moment, please. These right here, I added them with the petal pink. This is the Charming Shimmer Faceted Dots. That's what I used. And I added a few of the petal pink and then a couple on the inside. Very cute. Beautiful, I should say. And then this is the same designer paper, the Subtles with the petal pink, but I use kind of like the wash. Like I don't know what you'd call that. And then this one, of course I had to make a Halloween one. I'm grabbing my stuff that I use for that one. So now again, this is another shape. I love this paper. I love everything about this bundle, actually. So now this die is from the Fright Night. You guys know how much I love that. This got these cute shapes. So I just die cut the black with the largest one, and then the next size down I cut with the Smoky Slate. And then I also die cut out a couple of the bats, which are over in my room, and then a spider web for the inside. So here's my front. So cute. And see, now this one is opening up to the left. Hold on, gotta punch it through. Opening up to the left, and then this one is opening up to the top. So cute. And then I put the bat. Oh, the bat dies are in the Spooky Halloween dies, which is this stamp set. With my Frankie dog and Happy Halloween. That's that right here. With my bats. And then the dog. So cute. I was going to put a haunted house on the front, but I really like the dog. He's just cute. And then look here. I put another black layer because I wanted to do a black pop-up. Can you see my black pop-up? You can't. You can't see it. That's the whole idea. Let me see if I put it under the light. No. Well, black, you can't see it. But I did put another shape under there. So when I closed up my card, right, I did it just like before, but I put my first shape down. Then I put my pop-up piece onto the black, and then I just did my front focal piece like we did. So instead of it sticking to the white base, I got the black pop-up on black. So it kind of camouflages it. You know what I mean? I did the same thing with my window one here with the petal pink. I put a petal pink one down, and then you can kind of see my pop-up. Yeah. But that's it. So you can do that too. You can do it. I like the way it pops out in the front. I love it. All right. The dog looks like underdog. Do, 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 do. Underdog. He's cute. I like coloring him green because it's Frankie, you know. And then I color him always with lemon lime twist, light. And then I color his eye patch with the dark lemon lime twist and then kind of go over his scar. He's so cute. We're definitely a dog family here. But we like cats too because Jesse's got a couple cats that we love on too. But yes, any questions about the card, you guys? Thank you. Thank you, Yoli. Oh, like the arches, Norelda said. I know, it's so pretty. And then I colored the flowers. Let me tell you the colors I use with my blend. So I used the petal pink. And then the peach pie is in the center. Can you see it? It's just a little bit darker. I did it with peach pie light. Just kind of went out a little bit. And then I blended it all in with the petal pink light. And then the old olive with the leaves. Yeah, it's so pretty and elegant. I really, because you guys know I've been using the smaller flower a lot with the Charming Day. Where's my Charming Day set? Because, well, I wanted to use this bigger one here because this is a beautiful flower too, but look how big it is. Holy guacamole. That would be too big for my window, look. Unless I cut out the window bigger, but I didn't want it bigger. So it overhangs too much. So I didn't go the bigger. So I just went with two smaller and then I put the greeting over it. I think it looks good. It looks beautiful. Okay, so that was my reasoning for not using the big one. Because you all probably think I just like the smaller one, but I like it all. It's just the fun folds that we've been making lately just require the small, you know. Thank you, Dawn. Could you glue the pop up inside or upside down too? I don't know. I guess you could. Yeah. You could. I believe so. Yeah, you probably could. As long as you get the center of the circle in the window. That's the most important part. But either way you put the pop-up in, I think it's going to pop up really cute. I like doing this. Woo, woo, woo. It goes flat, pops up on its own. You guys are going to love this card. I love making it. So, for you that are all attending the retreat, act surprised. But you guys will know how to make it because you guys seen the video. So you might have to help your neighbor. I'm trying not to use too many of my video cards for the retreat. So they're going to be like all like fresh stuff. But, you know, sometimes just adding another card just makes it even better. Hi, Cindy. All right. Also, I want to give you guys an update. Richard was making something else, and I was going to launch it today. But I think we're going back to the drawing board because the shipping on it will be a fortune. I went to the post office, and I'm like, could you tell me how much this would be? And she's like, sure. And I was like, that's more than the item. Are you kidding? She's like, no. And I'm like, well, so then as soon as I got in the car, I'm like, Richard, it's going to cost a fortune just to mail this one item if you guys wanted it, you know. But if you guys order it with like your black holders and your can toppers and everything, then that's different. But if you just ordered this one item by itself, it would cost a lot. So I think we're going to go back to the drawing board. But just to give you guys all an update, we still have all the items available. The ribbon retainers, y'all are giving me so much amazing feedback. Thank you so much. But this is the magenta color. These are our black holders. So you can see here, let me take some of this stuff off here so you can see how they fit in here. Well, actually, this kind of goes over here. This one is the small one. This one is a bigger one. But see, I usually use the D. This is C, right? Yeah, C. I usually use the H. Is it? Yep, H. C, D, H. And then sometimes I use the bigger of the one. Not the background one. We don't sell that one anymore. But, and like I said, like over here, like if I put these back here, I can put my bone folder in here. I can put my tweezers over here. I can put my scissors in here. So it also holds some of your tools if you have a little space, you know, and, or you can just get one separately for that. I love it. I love mine. And I've been hearing so many feedbacks like you guys are getting organized now. This looks so nice on your desk. So these are the black holders, available in every color that you can imagine. So yellow, orange, blue, gray, red, purple, black, turquoise, aqua, cayenne, magenta, pink, turquoise, white, yeah, you name it. The only color we were requested was somebody wanted baby pink, and we do not have baby pink. But we do got, like what was that color that lady ordered? Was it like a peach? Let me show you the peach. It's very pretty. But we try to please everybody with whatever colors you want, you know? So like this is the orange, which is so beautiful. This is the orange, and then this is the peachy color. Isn't that pretty? So we aim to please. If you have a certain color, like we don't have teal, like, which would be like, I don't know, like what color, or like pretty peacock. Wouldn't you think that's teal, right? But we don't have teal, but we have all shades of, we have all shades of other blues. Okay, so we have cayenne, aqua, turquoise, and cobalt. The cobalt's beautiful. But look, here's the tape. Okay, so I'm going this week. I have one in my car because I meant to bring over a picture because somebody bought one from Jesse's farm stand and it went on a smaller can. And I told Jesse, I need to go to the party store or to Kroger's or something and just kind of go through and test this can to see what it fits. Because I know it fits other drinks, but just not like your Red Bull. You know, your Red Bull can. Those are way too skinny. But I'm going to go, and then when I take pictures, I'll show you guys, hopefully next week. So those are our can toppers. These are $4. And then, of course, our glue holders we still have. These are all in magenta. So I want to, you know, show you that you can color coordinate everything. So the big glue holder and then the mini glue holder. And then also your ribbon retainers. So this is your small, medium, and large. Y'all, seriously, everybody's got a lot of medium like I do. So I'm glad I'm not alone. This is considered medium right here, and this is Petunia Pop, I believe. Your in color ribbon, these would be on your medium ribbon retainers. So I think for the most part, I feel like we all are using medium and maybe a couple small. There are some large, just not as many, at least not in my collection. So, and if you get a set of 3, no matter what color, no matter what size, remember you can mix them up. As long as it's in sets of 3, you get them for $9, or you can get one for $4. Yeah. So 3 for $9 or 1 for $4. The mini glue holder is $4. The large one is $5. Can toppers are $4. The black holders are $20. And then of course with shipping. And I'm pretty quick, you guys. I get back to you guys pretty quick. Everybody that's gotten stuff, can you testify? And the post office has been delivering pretty good. Hi, Mario. Glad you made it. I love the Frankie card. Aw, Jenny, thank you. So remember, when you're emailing me for these items, email me here, dawn@theglitterpit.com. dawn@theglitterpit.com. Email me here. Tell me the color and the item that you want with your address, because the address is what I'm getting the shipping cost with. So instead of going back and forth, and then also Venmo is preferred, but I also take PayPal. So if you want to pay with PayPal or Venmo, I take both. So it makes it really super quick I'm loving my items in pink. Thank you, Teresa. It's very pretty. The pink, let me show you the difference with the pink and the magenta. And a lot of stampers are buying these items for Christmas gifts, which they're buying them ahead of time, so it's really nice. So this is hot pink and this is magenta. So you can see the difference. So it's really whatever you want. Need to order a regular glue holder. Awesome! Okay. That's the updates. Any questions on the promotions going on? If there's any questions, let me know. Or forever hold your peace till next Wednesday. Right? Okay. These glue holders, they hold the Stampin' Up! Multi-purpose liquid glue. But you guys know, because I'm giving these to the girls that attend the retreat, these will be in their swag bag. As well as the kits to go, you guys will get a block holder and a glue holder if you get the I Want Everything kit to go with the retreat. So everybody's told me their colors that they want. So this, Richard and I, it took us a while to design this one because we had a lot of glue holders that fit this one, but this one fits the extra large multi-purpose liquid glue. So if you are one of those people that buy that liquid glue from somewhere else, I'm not judging, but we know it's a value, but this glue holder will fit the extra large, which is amazing. And that's what I was looking for their swag bag. So that's the difference with this glue holder than the ones that the ones that Richard was making, because I would test them. I'd say, well, it fits that, but it doesn't fit the large one. So it's not like your run-of-the-mill glue holder. And, you know, you guys can use a shot glass or whatever, but this just looks so pretty, right? Everything's matchy-matchy like Stampin' Up. All right, so I'm here. If you guys want to order anything, just shoot me an email. I'll respond to you ASAP, and I'll tell you either if it's ready to ship. Also, you don't pay until we get the order ready to ship. So as soon as everything's packaged up, I shoot you an invoice with PayPal, or, you know, I also send you an invoice with your email to tell you exactly what you're getting. And then the total for shipping, and then also the total that that you'll be paying. So everything's, you know, on the up and up, very transparent. I tell you exactly what everything is, and then we do PayPal or Venmo, but it doesn't go out until you actually pay. So I do have a few people that pay by check, which is understandable, and I do take a check, but it just takes a lot longer. Okay, so just that's a little heads up on that too. I want to do all 3 projects. Oh, you mean at the retreat, Yoli? Well, we're gonna make the popcorn one for sure with with my popcorn class. So also with the retreat, let me explain a little something. So we're doing something different this year. At the retreat, everybody's gonna get classes. So let me show you just for an example. I'm not gonna show you the projects, but I'm going to show you like what a class would look like in your swag bag when you get that. And then you have your printable, of course, your PDF, and it's step by step so everybody can work at their own pace. So this is actually the Layered Thoughts class right here. This is all ready to go. So this is class number 2, and there's 6 projects with that. So all classes, and there's going to be at least 5 classes that you're going to be doing at the retreat. Okay, so this is just one of the classes. So you have all the material. I have die cut. I have run through the embossing folder. I try to do as much as I can for your classes. So it's just more of an experience and more fun for you just to sit down and craft and stamp. Now, mind you, you will have to stamp your own images, and if there are images that you have to die cut, then you have to stamp and die cut your own images. I can't do any stamping for you. But for the most part, The classes are all packaged up individually, all the classes, at least 5. And then you just work at your own pace. This is why I was saying you need your stamp sets and your dies. If you're wanting my kit to go, you're going to get everything if you get that first kit, as if you were attending the retreat. But I can't give you the stamp sets in the kit. You're going to get all the consumables, all the pieces, all the 3D items, okay? It's really, really going to be so amazing. And then we're going to have stations that everybody will work around. So I'm so excited. I really am so excited about this year's retreat. Yay. All right. I seen your comment, Yoli. Thank you. Don't know if my boxes checked for all 3 projects because of my. Oh, you mean for the retreat or for the swapping, Yoli, you're talking about? Okay, I'll double check. I'm making my own list. So then on, I think it's, when do I post the update? It's either Friday or Saturday. I'm giving you guys a head count. All right. So I'm double checking and rechecking because I've seen somebody go off of one swap and then sign up for another one. So no worries. When it closes out, I will have everybody's name on my paper and then everybody will know what they're doing. And if I miss you, mind you, there's I think there's 3 people that are not on our Facebook group. So they are all swapping too. So don't think that those numbers that are showing are the final total yet, because there's 3 more people that are swapping. I'm just letting everybody know that are here. Cindy, I got you down. Yes, I got you down. Yay! You guys, seriously, you're going to want to swap. I can't emphasize that enough. It's so fun. It's like adult trick-or-treating for stampers when you're swapping. And then also for those that are going, remember to make a +1. That's for yours truly. Because I'm doing so much more for this year's retreat, I figured I'm not going to be able to swap. So you guys make me an extra swap that I can stamp with you guys too. I'll move my stamping of my shoebox swap around with you guys, and I'll sit with you guys at your tables and we'll chit-chat it up. If you don't, that's all right. I'll just sit in the corner and cry. I'm kidding. I'm not putting the heavy on you guys. But yeah, so if you're doing the shoebox swap, the card swap, or the 3D swap, remember to make an extra one for me. And then the shoebox swap, just prepare one extra for me to make while we're at the retreat so I can stamp with you guys. Yes, I'll check, Yoli. Thank you. All right, guys. So until next Wednesday, we'll be right here in the glitter pit at 3 o'clock. Also, if you found this video informative, fun, showed you something new, share with your friends. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Hi, Laura. You're doing all 3 this year. I noticed. I even said that to Richard. I'm like, Laura's doing all 3 this year. Yes. You guys are going to be all stamping fools at the retreat between all the shoebox swap, because you figure if I'm doing, I think I counted maybe 25 projects just for the retreat. And then if you guys all do the 3D swap or the shoebox swap, that's another, well, if everybody did it, that would be another 30 projects. You're going to leave with a lot of stuff. It's so awesome. All right, guys. Also, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe, come back next week, put it in your calendar, put it in your date to remember or whatever you call that. Thank you, Diana. Thumbs up, thank you. All right, so I'll see you guys next week. I love you guys. Stay safe, happy stamping. Bye. Bye, guys.